Hi, welcome back to another episode of Low Carb Holiday Cocktails. I'm Frank, the Low Carb Cocktail Guy, and this one is by popular demand. I've been asked by people local, at work, through Instagram, through Facebook, all over the place over the last few months to do this particular holiday drink, and that is a low carb eggnog. So we're gonna go ahead and try this out. So we're gonna see how this comes together. I'm gonna follow this one particular recipe that I found at liquor.com with a few minor alterations, being the whole milk and the sugar. Instead of sugar, we'll be using allulose, of course, zero net carbs. And instead of whole milk, we'll be using some almond milk, some unsweetened almond milk. So let's get started. Now this is gonna be a process, and this is going to make 4 drinks. And all said and done, each drink will be about 3.5 grams of carbs once everything's done. So let's go ahead and get started. So in a large bowl, we're gonna put 2 egg yolks. So we're gonna need 2 eggs, and we're gonna separate those eggs. We're gonna do yolks in one and whites in the other. So let's go ahead and do our whites first, and that's usually what comes out first, is the egg whites. There we go. That's the egg white. So we got 1 yolk here, 1 egg white there. And let's do the second one. Now, if you have an egg separator, which I do, I just forgot to grab it. Just kind of transfer it back and forth between the shells, and you'll separate the whites and the yolks that way. Otherwise, you can actually buy a little kitchen tool called an egg separator, and you'll drop the yolk in, the white will come out separately by itself, kind of like a strainer. So 2 egg yolks, 2 egg whites separated. All right, so now we're gonna add some sweetener. So we're gonna go with 3 tablespoons of allulose with your egg yolks. 1, 2, 3. Now we're gonna whisk this until it's fluffy. Probably should have grabbed my wife's stand mixer for this, but I'm stubborn like that. And that looks pretty good right there. So now we're gonna go in, let me double check, make sure I get my amounts right. Next we'll be adding our almond milk, our heavy cream, and our spirit of choice. You can use a rum, you can use a whiskey, you can use really any spirit you'd like. So we're gonna go with a 1/2 cup or 4 ounces of a dark rum. Nope, didn't bring a measuring cup with me, didn't think so. So 4 ounces of a dark rum. And use your favorite dark rum. I'm using my favorite dark rum, which is a local rum here in Baton Rouge from 3 Roll Estate Distilling. If you're in the Baton Rouge area, go ahead and check them out. They do tours and tastings. Actually, I did one today. Love doing that. So next, we're gonna add the same amount, 1/2 cup or 4 ounces of a heavy cream. So I'm gonna go with, that's 2 and 4 ounces. And next gonna be the almond milk. We're gonna do 12 ounces, or it's gonna be 1.5 cups. If I had my measuring cup, which I forgot, like always, I forget something. So we'll be doing, we could take this off. 12 ounces. So it'll be 6 jiggers. There we go. And there's our almond milk. Now we're going to whisk this together. Just stir that up a little bit. It doesn't have to be like a really hard whisk, just enough to incorporate all the ingredients together. Now over here with your egg whites and your allulose, we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of allulose to your egg whites. That should be the rest of it. Now we're gonna whisk that until it forms stiff peaks. And this is where blender or mixer really comes in handy. I'm gonna be here in a few minutes, so we're gonna cut this out. F this, I'm going to get a mixer. I'll be back with this stuff already done. If you got a stand mixer or a hand mixer, definitely use that. That's bullshit trying to do by hand. Get a mixer. You use a mixer by all means. So the next step is, of course, we're gonna be folding the egg whites and the sweetener into our mixture. Let's get this in here. Put this away, that away. And I'm just gonna fold that in. I started to incorporate a little bit, so now we're going to kind of stir it just a little bit to kind of smooth it all together. Still a little bit lumpy. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to use my whisk, and not really hard, but just to stir it a little bit better than a spoon. Incorporate some of those egg whites with all of this. Now, I have seen recipes that don't use the egg whites. That's entirely up to you. But this will end up a little more full-bodied texture to it that you're used to with a traditional eggnog. There we go. That looks amazing. So let me get something else to pour that in so we can serve it a little bit better. Perfect. Now, like I said, this is supposed to serve 4 people or 1 if you're in the mood. That works too. So let's go ahead and give ourselves an old-fashioned glass. Pour ourselves a little serving of this dark rum eggnog. So I'm going to end up with about 3 servings with my size glass, a single old-fashioned, this is a double old-fashioned glass, a regular old-fashioned glass, or a low ball. You'll definitely get 4 out of that. We're going to garnish that with a little bit of ground nutmeg. Just across the top. And there you have the low-carb, 3.5 grams of carbs. A little bit more because my glass is bigger, so I'm probably pushing closer to 4, but still under 5. So let's give this a taste. That is so, so good. Now, I've had it before with whiskey. I mean, you can buy them with whiskey already built into them, things like that. I think the complexity of this dark rum really, really adds to what this drink is all about. All right, guys, so that's it for me. Make sure you check out my other holiday cocktails for 2020. I have a whole Cajun themed video with 3 Cajun themed holiday cocktails. All right, guys, y'all have a great night because, yeah, 7 videos later, I'm having a great night too. All right, guys, see y'all next time.